We are back at the Sega Turbo and we are having a little go at this area of the board here. This is the original CPU that's mounted up here. I've got problems with this board in that area, as you may have seen from the pickup video. If you've not seen that, go look at it, it's awesome. But there are problems with this area of the board that when I wiggle the CPU, it makes the game do weird things. So there might be a problem with this, there might be a problem with the socket. And that could be because of this dorky thing's hanging off the board. Who knows? However, this has an encrypted CPU in all this potting. These three ROM chips below the CPU are complementary to it, and they each contain an encrypted ROM. So we need to replace the CPU and these three ROM chips. Here's the little kit of parts that we're going to use to fix this. We've got three EPROMs. They have been wiped. These are 2764s. We have a Z80A CPU, which we will use to replace the CPU. Thus, we also have a new dual wiped socket in case we need to replace this original one on the board. Apparently, the long old dangly legs on this CPU, look at those freaking things, they're enormous, can damage this CPU socket. Hopefully that's not damaged, but if it is, and we still get problems after we've done this little bit of a kit, then we can always replace with the new one, and hopefully that should fix things there. Here we have our GQ 4x4, which we're going to use to program our EPROMs. We've made some stickers to identify each of the ROMs and to cover up the chip itself, which is erasable via UV. We don't want any light getting in there. Let's get these stickers on. Ta-da! So let's get these three unencrypted EPROMs plus our Z80A CPU installed on the board. First of all, we've got to pull these three chips out and get rid of these three screws because we're not going to need those to hold that hulking great CPU on anymore. There's everything installed. That CPU did slide in that socket a little bit too easy for my liking, so we may be back here shortly to replace that, but let's hit the power switch and see what happens. Oh no! Corruption! We're going to nuke this socket. Okay, new 40-pin socket installed, CPU back in there. Let's hit the power button, see what happens. Still got the graphics corruption here, so that hasn't fixed the overall problems, but hey, at least we've gotten rid of this horrific lump and these three encrypted ROMs, eh? That's a win.